Everybody, it's Henry. I'm just getting off of work. So today's topic is going to be about envy and jealousness and comments people make. Here's why I say that. Going into work, I pass a guard and I give him my badge so he can let me in. He looks at my car and goes, "Oh, nice. That's another one you got?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, that must be nice." And I'm thinking, that's a comment that comes from a person that has envy or jealous or is not happy where they're at in life. You can't be that type of person. I never have. I grew up poor. I grew up with undereducated people, parents, and I never ever looked at my cousins, my aunts, and said, "You know what? Man, I'm jealous of you. Man, it must be nice to have rich parents and have nice things and new cars, and they had snowmobiles and they had motorbikes and they had all kinds of stuff." I never ever was envy or jealous of any of my relatives that were around me or any of my schoolmates or friends. I worked, when I got in the Navy, my paycheck every 2 weeks was $80, $80 every 2 weeks, $160 a month. I had no money, but I wasn't envy or jealous of the first classes or the chiefs or the officers and said, "Geez, it must be nice, to have that kind of pay." Never did that. I never had that in me, and I don't look at people and say that now. But I've had people around me just recently today. We're talking about stuff, and I'm minding my own business. I listen to them chatter, and I'll input when I'm asked. I was just listening, and somebody said, "Well, it must be nice. Henry's got money. He can afford it." You know what? Just because you have money and you can afford it doesn't mean you buy it. When I was young, I learned really quick, if I didn't have the money, I didn't buy it, I didn't need it. I took care of the essentials that I needed first, and that was food, water, air, breathe, whatever. And then, if I wanted something that made me happy, then I bought it when I had the money. I was real careful with that. But one thing I never did was get envious or jealous of others that had what I didn't have. I worked for it. I figured out a way. I kept going. I kept getting the passion, and I kept driving forward. You have to do that. You can't wake up being envious of your neighbors, envious of your friends, and envious of those around you that you don't know. As a kid, I grew up watching football players and basketball players and musicians and movie stars, and I said, "Wow, they get good money." We didn't have internet to Google what they made. We just knew they were rich, right? They drove fancy cars, Porsche, Mercedes, Jags. They drove all those Lamborghinis. They drove all those fancy cars. They even do it nowadays. But I never got envious of them or jealous of them or said they shouldn't have that. What I do get is angry is they don't use it wisely to help others if they can. I use my money to help my family, take care of what I can, and I help others if I can do it. But I never, ever, and should you never, ever be jealous or envy of others. You should look at what you're doing wrong and how can you do better to make your lifestyle better so that you can have what they have. That's what you got to do. That's what you need to do. But don't have a sour heart against somebody else for success. We have people that got awards at work. Good for them. Praise their success. Raise them, lift them up. Then it will come to you. You'll be rewarded for what you reward others with. But that's the word for today. Envious. Jealous. Don't be it. Don't hold it in your heart. And don't be envious and jealous of others. I wasn't. And trust me, I didn't have everything that a normal kid thought he should have. That so-called American dream, right? The American dream comes with hard work, nose to the grind, spending it wisely. I see people that make good money or could have good money, and they don't spend it wisely. If you don't need an electric bike, you don't buy it. If you don't need a $2,000 Apple iPhone, then don't buy it. You only buy what you need, and you take care of your needs first, and then you can spoil yourself with your riches. But always put at least 10% in the bank. But don't be envious and jealous of others and take it out on them because they're doing it right and you can't. That's my end with you today. God bless you, and God bless America, and God bless everybody around you. That's all I have to say today, and good luck to you. And if you got a question, just write me a message. Henry out.